It is so over. Democrats in Hollywood are completely melting down right now because USAid is being attacked. And this, to me, is probably one of the biggest things to be exposed in the last 10 years. Mind you, that this is something that is connected to everything that we see, hear, and believe. It is showing that it's connected to media, to celebrities, and even to other countries. This USAid expose, the entire thing connected to Doge and Elon Musk is much larger than anyone, me or anyone in the government, actually expected it to be. This right here is the turning point of America, and it had actually started an internal civil war in politics, and it's bigger than Democrats and Republicans. No, everyone is being put on blast, and anyone could lose their job right now.
Democrats agree that Musk is a problem, but listen to them today, and they have a piñata in search of a stick.
To our Republican colleagues, if you do not see the light, we will bring the fire. Resist!
We are going to be in your face. We are going to be on your...
I try to tell everyone that Jasmine Crockett was going to be the star when Trump becomes president, because the thing is, they want to perpetrate an angry black woman, and they feel like she's holding some type of community behind her, which she doesn't. If you look at what the rallies that she held for Kamala Harris, no one showed up. But they have a good loud mouth that's able to speak in a way that people can get involved emotionally, because they need an angry black woman to be mad at something in front of the camera. And Jasmine Crockett, I told you guys that she was going to be the pick this year, Trump win, and it's ringing true. She is, to me, the #1 pick for Democrats of causing chaos in 2025.
We have days to stop the destruction of our democracy. We have work to do. Tell Elon Musk to take his hands off your money. We don't pledge allegiance to the...
These are the people that allowed for George Soros' son to just parade by, taking pictures, inviting him to dinners. I mean, these Negroes even sat in the homes of George Soros' son. It's beyond unbelievable that they want to sit here and criticize the Department of Government Efficiency for limiting the amount of spending that is being done by our government. We are in debt, and it's only increasing. We haven't really made any efficient ways to trim our debt down. Now that we finally have something that's working, we're seeing that they're fighting against that. Yet again, it's showing that the powers that be is working for them and not for us.
Creepy 22-year-olds working for Elon Musk. We pledge allegiance to the United States of America.
And goddamn it, shut down the city! We are at war!
We will win.
You got to mind you, these are people, right, and Chuck Schumer as well. He actually received USAid payments. So these people that are parading, screaming about this USAid being shut down, and if you guys don't know what USAid is, those that are watching, we're going to break into that. But it's, long story short, it's a system that's being used by our government that it appears that majority liberals, but conservatives, there's some this and there's too, that are being paid from this department for propaganda. And I'm talking about some of the most absurd things.
We will win. We won't rest. We won't rest.
Chuck looks like he had too many of his own burgers, if you guys know what I mean.
Gretchen.
Yes,
So,
they need the Democrats need...
This is crazy. CNN is laughing at them. Like, this is wild.
A real leader, okay? They need a real leader, which currently does not exist in the Democratic Party. And they have been caught completely flat-footed with the entire Trump presidency for the last 2 weeks. And Elon Musk. I said on CNN months ago that Elon Musk would be the most influential advisor to President Trump, and that is proving to be true, whether you like it or not. But Democrats should have had a plan for this. They knew it was coming. We say this every single night.
Project 2025,
we knew
as
it.
you just talked about.
We knew it. Trump has said all of these things were going to happen. We saw him align with Elon Musk, which may go down as the smartest thing that any presidential candidate has ever done, from the young vote to tech to a million other things. So
They are now giving so much credit to Trump on CNN, which is crazy. And I don't know that brother on the left, he doesn't look too pleased about it. But it's just weird just to witness this. I'm kind of feeling like that Negro on the left, like I'm flabbergasted.
Democrats needed to have a plan, and it may be too late.
Yeah, Bakari, are you fired up after seeing
I'm fired up and ready to go. Can't you see it in my face?
That nigga scared of losing his money. That's what's going on. He fired up because he's going to get fired.
A strong message to Democrats who are out there pretending to be outraged about the long list
of crap that this administration is cutting federal waste and funding, like $2 million for sex changes in Guatemala, $6 million to fund tourism in Egypt, $20 million on a new Sesame Street show in Iraq, $4.5 million to combat disinformation in Kazakhstan. I could go on, and I'm happy to provide this list to every single one of you. Democrats are outraged that the American people want to be, they want their taxpayers going to good uses, not stuff like this. But then they're very quiet about the fact that there are still North Carolinians and people in California who have lost everything, and in the last 4 years, this federal government did nothing to help them. This president will continue to put Americans first, and I think the successes of this week so far speak to that, and it's only Wednesday. So I'll see you guys later this week, and we'll see you this afternoon. Thank you very much.
And they're just afraid of losing their ability to control the masses. Now, you see that this is the government side. What kind of blew my mind is that it's connected to media. Politico specifically. Politico has been caught of being paid by USAid to push propaganda against conservatives. Now, that in itself is kind of disturbing. It gets a little bit more disturbing that you find out that AOC is one of the strongest advocates against this entire USAid cutting. Come to find out that the USAid is the same organization that paid UFC. I mean, so called her UFC. That paid AOC to kickstart her. It was the people that paid the PAC. I can't even get it out. They were the people that paid AOC. Oh my God. It was a PAC that paid AOC to kickstart her campaign. And it was funded by USAid. So you're starting to really see this in real time, that these people are fighting for their own earnings. It reminds me of the mayor up in Illinois, Tiffany Haynard, when she had got pretty much evicted from her position up there in Illinois. I forgot what it was specifically, but it earned her around $100,000 to $200,000 a year. And she broke down. They were saying, nah, hey, goodbye, singing to her on her way out, because they found out that she was taking taxpayer dollars just to sit on her ASS, funded by propaganda. It's no different than this USAid situation. People are getting paid for some of the most outrageous things, including undocumented minors. There are USAid grants being sent out for undocumented minors. Now, to me, that sounds like human trafficking with extra steps, but that's allegedly.
Elon Musk, thank you, sir. On Elon Musk, how often are you talking to him? And have there been ideas that he's brought to you that you've said, oh, no, wait a minute, this is going a little too far?
Well, many ideas, but look, he's done a great job. Look at all the fraud that he's found in this USAID. It's a disaster what the people, radical left lunatics, they have things that nobody would have even believed. The whole thing with $100 million spent on you know what, with money going to all sorts of groups that shouldn't deserve to get any money. With the money, I'd like to see what the kickbacks are. How much money has been kicked back? Who would spend that kind of money to some of the things that you read about and I read about and I see every night on the news and every morning when I read the papers? Who would spend money for that?
It's coming out, and it's interesting to see. So something I always thought was pretty, I will have to say cool, even though it's messed up, is how spin doctors, and if you guys don't know what a spin doctor is, it's someone in media whose entire job is to spin a narrative. So if Trump was to end world hunger, a spin doctor would say Donald Trump causes havoc as homeless shelters are put out of business thanks to his new plan. You know, it's spinning the story because it's actually true. If he ends world hunger and let's say he ends homelessness, you're going to shut down homeless shelters and a lot of nonprofits. So they will focus on the negative. There's negative in everything. There's negative in every good. And the spin doctor job is to focus on that negative if they're hired to do so, or focus on a positive if they're hired to do so. And it's always so interesting to me to see the spin doctor work in media. Donald Trump is, from what we're seeing, trying to cut down something that has been a problem and a plague in the United States for a very long time, and that is our debt. He's doing so with the help of Elon Musk, and these people are having absolute meltdowns and breakdowns, and it's showing us that they never truly cared about fixing the problem, but just fixing our minds to focus on the problems that they wanted us to think about. They never want us to actually think about the true source of our problems. They want us to focus on them so they could tell us they're focused on finding solutions when the solutions they give us are for a problem they told us to focus on. It's a system to keep us in a matrix, if you will, and prevent us from actually breaking out of it, cutting it from the root and stem. and giving us our true freedoms in this country, and that's what they're doing. And they're against that. These people are
I would
anti-American.
say this, the people that got all that money, are they kicking it back to the people that gave it from government? No, that's, to me, very, very corrupt. The real question is, how much of a kickback has there been? And one of the things I want to investigate rapidly, because I've never seen anything to this.
We all now know USAID. They're screaming about Elon Musk over there, but hey, George Soros and his boy are okay. They scream that we're all a threat to democracy when they've been systematically dismantling democracy before our eyes. They've been caught with their hand in the cookie jar, and there's no going back. So I would tell my colleagues across the other side of the aisle, take your salty tears and sit right back down. USAID has long strayed from its mission.
I love Nancy May. You know, she's from my state of South Carolina where I was born. We follow each other on Twitter. And I forgot to mention with Jasmine Crockett. Jasmine Crockett recently just blocked me, which I don't know why Rep. Jasmine Crockett blocked me, because I'm a pretty, kind of like, I guess you could say, a black conservative that keeps whatever black is. I keep my blackness. And she tries to be someone that talks about blackness, black this and that, and she completely blocked me. So it's like, out of all black conservatives blocked, why block me, bro? Like, the hell are you doing? I'm supposedly from the same culture that she claims she's from, but I'm not here to rant. We're here to get educated.
To effectively and efficiently administer aid to advance American interests.
So it turns out that the quote-unquote objective news outlet Politico has been completely and totally funded by USAid. This is one of the biggest scandals in, I believe, American news media history. So I'm scrolling down my feed and I see Benny Johnson had posted a screenshot that basically said that USAid had funded Politico to the tune of $8.9 million, I believe it was. This is why Politico could not pay staff yesterday. This is why they basically are about to shut down, because they've been completely funded by USAid, which has taken American tax dollars and basically funneled them to various far left and left-wing organizations. Now, we knew that was going on, but what we didn't know is that they were funding quote-unquote mainstream news outlets. Political writers are trotted all over to CNN, all over to MSNBC, all over to every other mainstream outlet that you can think of, and they are presented as objective reporters. Now, when you hear conservative influencers like me or Benny Johnson or Tim Pool or take your pick talk about how biased and corrupt the mainstream media is, this is exactly of what we speak. And this is the most egregious, the most scandalous.
Without a doubt, yeah. I agree with my boy Rob Smith, man. Good friend of mine. It's 100% true. It's 100% true. It's one of the most egregious scandals in recent political history, and that is simply because it is showing that these news sources are actually getting paid by other third-party systems to manipulate their voice. So it's starting to make you question the authenticity of CNN journalists even being radical leftists. It's like they're being paid to do that. And I know most people say, well, CNN pays them to do that. Maybe not just so much. Who's paying CNN to pay them to do that? So you're telling me if you remove these systems, these third-party systems that fund these mainstream companies to push a narrative, that it would no longer exist? So that means CNN would be a whole lot more balanced and a lot more fair if they didn't receive all these kickbacks from grants to push propaganda.
Example of this I can really think of in recent memory. This is why Politico can't pay people. This is why they're likely about to be shut down, because Democrats were using yours and my taxpayer dollars to fund a quote-unquote legitimate news organization that was basically nothing but left-wing propaganda. So this is what we're talking about when we talk about how deeply corrupt the mainstream media is. I got to tell you, this is shocking to me, and I think the reverberations in news media, I'm telling you, we will feel them for quite some time. This is a major scandal.
Indeed. And to go ahead and segue off that, Politico actually received USAid funds, as shown here on Twitter. Over $8.1 million damn dollars these niggas got, bro. So it's like, how is it that we live in a reality where people are still claiming that conservatives are conspiracy theorists when they're saying that there are narratives against them to make you hate us? It comes a point where you have to accept it. It comes a point where you have to actually eat the rich like you say you're going to. You're talking about eating the rich? Then why is the rich defending a system like USAid. Why aren't liberals seeing the law for what it is and saying, if you guys are defending these people that are making companies richer instead of the people, we should be eating you. Instead, they're sitting at the tables with liberals. I'm talking about liberal politicians, and they're watching them eat with a plate full of food and don't even give them scraps. These people want to just simply be at the table. They don't even have to eat. They're not worried about bringing nothing home to mom and dad. They're worried about being able to tell mom and dad that they were there. It's about a popularity contest. Liberals just simply want to be seen. They want to say we're fighting for a cause. We put the hashtags in our Twitter bio. We got the flags everywhere. It's just about being seen, about make people feel like they've actually done something. They don't have to accomplish anything. They don't ever go against their grain. Conservatives are always going against their party, whether it be from H1B to the vaccine. We have always had disagreements. And I feel like the same walls that liberals built up are the same ones that they've caught themselves in and they can't break out of now. They're going to crash down and you can't escape. And you have niggas like this.
I support the lady. Trump should cut everything completely. He shouldn't even make it 90 whatever days. He should cut it completely. We don't need it. It rather goes to other individuals, but not us. Please, he should cut it completely.
State Department, USAid, and the National Endowment for Democracy.
I'm just completely lost that we have, and these are the people liberals are fighting for. That nigga don't even look like he's in America. What is he talking about? So you're telling me we got foreigners that are now giving us backlash for cutting off USAid? Nigga, it says USAid. Why are you being aided by our own country? USAid. It's crazy. It's crazy. You just got to look at the people that's angry, and it'll tell you if we're making ups. And the American people are finally in a position where, thankfully, Elon Musk has entered, and he's shocking the entire world. It's going global, of how bad America corruption is and how close we were to joining Canada and UK, of being a fallen nation from Europe. They have found a way to enter every root of our life, every aspect of our culture, and it's limited our ability to evolve and grow. People are actually controlling our evolution with USAid. The trimming of this fat will be one of the greatest diets in American history. It's going to lead to all of us getting fat through prosperity. To me, this is one of the greatest actions to me in American political history, and whether we like it or not, I don't think we're going to stop seeing Elon Musk in politics no time soon. There's a great chance he's going to be here for a very long time, including after Donald Trump. Because as we know, if you do a job good, people are going to demand, beg, plead for you to come back and do it again. We see that with Trump. America needs new systems after Trump, and I think that's what the Department of Government Efficiency is doing, is to put plans in place for us to exist after Trump. The same way that JFK started off USAid, we're starting up Doge to undo everything USAid did, and all these other Democrats as well after Trump. So I'm excited for the future, ready to see what happens. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Click the notification bell so you stay updated, and I'll see you guys on the next one until we break the next narrative. Out of here. Let's do it.